Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of Books and Bytes. Today, we're wrapping up our deep dive into E.L. James's 50 Shades trilogy with the final chapter, 50 Shades Freed.
It's fascinating how this book attempts to tie up a rather complicated knot. We've got the whirlwind romance of Anastasia and Christian now navigating the often choppy waters of married life, the lingering shadows of their past traumas, and the ever-present threat of external danger.
Okay, let's unpack this. You're right, Freed doesn't shy away from heavy themes. We see Anna and Christian trying to build a normal life together while battling the ghosts of their past and facing some very real, very scary threats.
Precisely. And woven through it all are those core themes of power dynamics, the complexities of desire and control, and the ever-evolving question of what constitutes a healthy relationship.
Right, so we open with Anna and Christian embarking on their extravagant honeymoon. Private jets, luxurious yachts, breathtaking European destinations, the works. But even amidst all this opulence, cracks begin to show.
What's interesting is that the honeymoon period, often romanticized in fiction, becomes a sort of microcosm of their entire relationship. We see Anna attempting to adapt to Christian's world, a world that is undeniably glamorous, but also comes with its own set of, shall we say, unique rules and expectations.
It's like she's constantly walking on eggshells trying to figure out what's acceptable
Yeah,
and what might trigger one of Christian's control issues.
exactly. A striking example is that beach scene where Anna casually asks Christian how he'd feel if she went topless like some of the other women. His immediate, almost visceral response, displeased, speaks volumes.
It's a small moment, but it's loaded with tension, right? You can practically feel Anna shrinking back, realizing she's crossed some invisible boundary.
And it's not just about him being possessive. It ties into that deeper need for control stemming from his traumatic past. Christian wants to keep Anna hidden, almost like a prized possession, safe from the prying eyes of the world. But this desire to protect ultimately manifests as a form of control, which, as we see through the book, becomes a major point of contention in their relationship.
And it's not just Christian's past that's casting a shadow on their honeymoon. Anna also grapples with her own anxieties about the relationship, given their unconventional beginnings.
Remember, the relationship started with BDSM, which, while explored erotically in the series, inherently involves a complex interplay of dominance and submission. It's natural for Anna to have lingering doubts about whether this foundation can support a healthy long-term partnership.
There's that poignant moment on their wedding day where Anna confesses to her best friend Kate, "I love him so much," but it's just, you can feel her vulnerability, that unspoken fear of losing Christian, of him not being fully committed.
What's compelling is how this mirrors real-life anxieties many people experience in relationships, especially those that have had a turbulent start. It makes you question whether you can truly build a stable, healthy partnership on such a foundation.
And just as they're attempting to navigate these emotional complexities, their honeymoon bliss is shattered by a very real danger: the arson attack on Christian's company.
This incident is pivotal because it shifts the power dynamic even further in Christian's favor. He becomes hyper-focused on Anna's safety, going to extreme lengths to protect her, often without even telling her what's going on.
I understand his concern, but the way he goes about it is so controlling. He practically puts her under lock and key, which of course makes Anna feel even more anxious and frustrated. She wants to be his partner, not his protected pet.
It's a classic example of how good intentions can go awry when filtered through the lens of past trauma. Christian feels responsible for Anna's well-being and resorts to what he knows best, taking charge even if it means shutting her out.
And we see this play out in a very dramatic way during the car chase scene. Anna finds herself behind the wheel of Christian's prized Audi R8, being pursued by someone connected to the arson. Talk about an adrenaline rush.
What's interesting about this scene beyond the surface-level excitement is how it momentarily subverts their typical dynamic. Anna is forced to take control to act decisively in a high-pressure situation. And while Christian is initially terrified for her safety, there's a grudging respect, even a thrill, in seeing her handle herself so competently.
It's like he gets a glimpse of the strong, capable woman Anna is becoming. A woman who's not just a passive recipient of his protection, but an active participant in their lives.
Exactly. But this glimpse is fleeting, and the danger escalates with the return of Jack Hyde, Christian's former employee who harbors a disturbing obsession with Anna.
Ugh, Jack Hyde. He's such a creepy villain. A textbook example of entitlement and obsession gone wrong. He simply can't accept that Anna chose Christian and wants to punish her for it.
And it's fascinating to see how Anna responds to this threat. Initially, she's terrified, but as the danger increases, she becomes more determined to protect herself and those she loves. She's not just a damsel in distress waiting to be rescued, she's actively fighting back.
There's that scene where she shaves Christian's hair, and not in a romantic, playful way. It's more like she's taking charge, asserting her agency in a way that totally throws Christian off guard.
That scene is so symbolic. She's literally stripping away his carefully constructed image, and he lets her. It speaks volumes about their shifting power dynamic. Anna is stepping into a more dominant role, and Christian, albeit reluctantly, is allowing it.
And then there's the incident with Layla, one of Christian's former submissives, who shows up at their apartment, clearly unstable and still fixated on Christian.
What's striking here is how Anna handles the situation. She doesn't shy away from confronting Layla, even challenging Christian's decisions regarding her care. She demonstrates incredible maturity and compassion, but also a newfound assertiveness that surprises even Christian.
She's come a long way from the insecure, submissive girl we met in 50 Shades of Grey. She's found her voice and is willing to use it even against someone as intimidating as Christian.
It's a testament to her personal growth, her journey from submission to a more balanced form of partnership. And this all happens before the biggest bombshell of the book drops, Anna's pregnancy.
Talk about a game changer. This revelation throws their relationship into a whole new level of turmoil.
Christian's initial reaction to the pregnancy is pure panic. He's terrified of sharing Anna with the child, of losing that control he feels he has over their relationship.
His immediate response is so telling. I'm not ready to share you yet. It's possessive, yes. Yeah. But it also reveals those deep-seated insecurities that stem from his own troubled childhood.
Exactly. His fear of fatherhood is directly linked to his past trauma. Abandoned by his birth mother and then abused by his adoptive mother's friend, it's no wonder he's terrified of repeating that cycle.
But Anna, in a display of remarkable strength, refuses to let Christian dictate her choices. She wants this baby, and she's not going to apologize for it.
This is where we see a complete role reversal. Anna, once so eager to please Christian, now stands firm in her decision. She's not going to let him control her body or her future. It's a powerful assertion of her own agency.
There's that scene where Anna discovers a collage of her pictures on Christian's phone. It's a mixture of candid shots and posed photos, all showcasing different facets of her. At first glance, it seems sweet romantic even.
But it raises some uncomfortable questions, doesn't it? Is this a genuine expression of love, or is it another manifestation of Christian's possessive tendencies? He's trying to capture every aspect of her to hold on to her in a way that feels safe for him. But control can only go so far in a relationship.
And the cracks in their seemingly perfect facade widen even further when Anna discovers a text message from Elena, Christian's former dominatrix, and the woman who introduced him to the world of BDSM. Talk about a betrayal.
Anna's decision to walk away is a turning point. It's a powerful statement of self-worth. She's not going to tolerate infidelity or be treated as a second choice. It's a moment of true empowerment.
And this leads us to the climax of the book, Mia's kidnapping by Jack Hyde. He's really upped the ante in his quest for revenge against Christian and Anna.
This event forces Anna and Christian to confront their issues head-on. Anna, fueled by maternal instinct and unwavering love for her family, puts herself at risk to rescue Mia.
She's pregnant. She's been through so much already. Yet she doesn't hesitate. She's willing to do whatever it takes to save Mia. It's a display of incredible courage and selflessness.
And in this moment of crisis, Christian finally breaks down. He confesses his deepest fears and vulnerabilities to Anna, revealing the extent to which his past trauma continues to haunt him.
There's that incredibly emotional scene where he opens up about his childhood, the abuse, the neglect, the abandonment. He explains his need for control, his fear of becoming a shitty father, just like the man who abused him.
It's a raw, vulnerable confession that allows Anna to see the broken boy beneath the billionaire facade. And it's in this shared vulnerability that they finally connect on a deeper level.
It's like all those walls he's built around himself come crumbling down, and he's finally able to show Anna his true self, scars and all.
And Anna, being the incredible woman she is, doesn't judge him. She accepts his flaws, and all helping him understand that he doesn't have to be defined by his past.
The book ends on a hopeful note, with Anna and Christian reconciling the birth of their daughter and the promise of a future, where they'll work together to overcome their challenges.
It's a classic happy ending, but it's earned in a sense. They've both been through so much individually and as a couple, And there's a sense that they've finally reached a place of understanding and acceptance.
But is it realistic? I mean, Christian's behavior throughout the series raises some serious red flags. His need for control, his possessiveness, even his tendency to use wealth as a means of solving problems.
Yeah.
These aren't exactly hallmarks of a healthy relationship.
You're right. And even though we see him make progress, there are moments where his behavior is borderline abusive. And Anna, despite her growth and newfound assertiveness, often falls back into patterns of submission, particularly in the bedroom.
It makes you wonder if their relationship, despite the happy ending, is truly sustainable in the long run. Will Christian ever truly overcome his demons? Can Anna maintain her own sense of self within this dynamic?
Those are the questions that linger long after you finish the book. 50 Shades Freed offers a captivating love story, but it also raises concerns about whether it romanticizes unhealthy relationship dynamics.
It certainly sparks conversation, even debate, which is perhaps its greatest strength. It doesn't offer easy answers, but forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about love relationships and the boundaries we set for ourselves and our partners.
And that's what makes 50 Shades Freed such a thought-provoking read. It's not just a steamy romance. It's a story that delves into complex issues of trauma control and the challenges of building a truly equitable partnership.
You know, one passage that always sticks with me is from Anna's email to Christian after she shaves his head. She writes, "I have missed the silver balls. You never disappoint. That is all."
That's such a perfect encapsulation of their evolving dynamic. Anna is embracing her desires, communicating them to Christian in a playful yet assertive way. She's no longer afraid to challenge him to push his buttons, and he in turn seems to appreciate this newfound boldness.
It's a far cry from the timid, hesitant Anna we met in the first book. She's found her voice, and she's not afraid to use it, both in and out of the bedroom.
And it speaks to the complexities of their relationship. While some might view Christian's acceptance of this as a sign of growth, others might see it as another form of control, a way of containing Anna's agency within the boundaries he's set.
That's the crux of the debate, isn't it? Is 50 Shades Freed ultimately a story of empowerment? Yes. Or a romanticized depiction of a relationship that's inherently imbalanced?
It's a question that each reader has to grapple with on their own. The book doesn't offer easy answers. It presents a relationship that's both passionate and problematic, leaving us to ponder whether love can truly conquer all, even deep-seated trauma and ingrained patterns of control.
And what about Elena? She just sort of disappears from the narrative after Anna leaves Christian. Do you think their story is truly over? Or is she a lingering threat to their future happiness?
That's a great question. The book leaves Elena's fate somewhat ambiguous. While she's clearly a part of Christian's past, it's never explicitly stated whether she still poses a threat to his relationship with Anna.
It's like she's this shadowy figure, a reminder of the choices Christian made before he met Anna. And it makes you wonder if those choices, those patterns of behavior, can ever truly be left behind.
It raises a broader question about the nature of personal growth. Can we ever fully escape our past, or are we always shaped by the experiences that have made us who we are?
That's something we all grapple with, isn't it? Do we ever truly move on from our past relationships, our past mistakes? Or are they always a part of who we are, informing our present and shaping our future?
50 Shades Freed doesn't provide definitive answers to these questions, but it offers a glimpse into how one couple navigates the complexities of love trauma and the constant push and pull between control and letting go.
It's a journey filled with passion, danger, and ultimately hope. But it's a journey that leaves us with more questions than answers, prompting us to examine our own beliefs about love relationships and the boundaries we set for ourselves and our partners.
So as you reflect on this deep dive into 50 Shades Freed, consider this. Does the book offer a realistic depiction of love and trauma? Or does it ultimately glamorize a relationship that, in reality, would be deeply problematic?
That's something for you, our listeners, to ponder. We've reached the end of our deep dive into 50 Shades Freed. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of love trauma and the complexities of human relationships.
Until next time, keep those pages turning and those minds engaged.